friends, welcome back to my channel. Hope you're all doing well. Today's video is going to be a very long overdue makeup declutter of my everyday makeup area. So I'm going to declutter, reorganize, and then at the end of the video I also wanted to share with you some empty products, things that I've used up over the past few months, and kind of give my opinion and thoughts on them, whether I'll repurchase them or not. I filmed a video exactly like this probably a year ago to the day, and it is about damn time that we do this again because it is such a mess and I've been traveling all summer and it's going to feel so good to get this decluttered. So let's get into it. I also just got home from my last weekend away for a little bit, and so I have had this makeup case, this makeup bag from Vera Bradley packed for the entire summer. So I'm going to take everything out of this as well as clean out this drawer here, and then also this area. I'm gonna have to clean some brushes at some point, and then I also have all of these drawers to go through as well. Just like most times, I'm going to take everything out of this drawer, put it on top here, and then we will clean it out. Maybe I'll try and categorize things, so I have like bronzers, I'll have blushes in one section, primers, and then foundations as well. I have a lot of lip products in here, but we're just gonna take everything out. Like, seriously, how many beauty blenders and sponges does one person need in a drawer? I did not realize I had this many. Now that it's all clean, I'm gonna start putting things back in. So I have these little box tops that I've gotten in PR. These are great little dividers for drawers if you don't want to go out and buy like bins from the dollar store, essentially. This is typically my lip liner and lipstick section, and some of these are kind of a little bit gross, so I'm going to wipe everything down as I put it away. I will go in at a later time and sharpen everything. I feel like that would be a great idea, but just kind of tidying things up because they're all pretty well still fine. I mean, I wish I had a nicer little bin here, but I'm using what I can, and maybe one day I'll go get stuff from a dollar store, but for now these work. And honestly, I'm probably gonna have too much product in here anyway, so you're not even gonna see the bottom, so it doesn't really matter. We have lipsticks in here, and then typically in the back behind here is where I put all of my sprays, like Fix Plus and stuff, and most of these still have product in them, so I'm just going to tuck these back in. This one has a very little bit left, and I actually have another one that I keep in the fridge, but I'll try and use that one up. I guess I have another Fix Plus going, and then a couple other setting sprays. This has SPF in it, and it is definitely most likely expired by now, so I'm going to put this in my empties. In this section right here, I'm going to put my sunscreen and then some primers that I've been using and loving. So I've really been enjoying this MAC one. This has been really good, so I want to keep that up front. I've also been using this one from Smashbox. It's a anti-redness little primer, so I've been enjoying that. I have so many primers here. I have like the Photo Finish one, this one from Urban Decay, which is quite grippy. It's good. But I have some other Smashbox one and a Yves Saint Laurent. This one's like a blurring lotion, so I'm going to keep that, as well as the Clarins Instant Smooth. I need to use that up. I'm almost done. And then I have two of the Bobbi Brown. This is the Vitamin Enriched Face Base and Eye Base. These are really lovely, especially coming into the colder months. They're basically just like heavy moisturizers, but work really well as primers, so I'm going to keep those at the ready. I don't use eyeshadow primer nearly as much as I once did, and I feel like it used to be a sin if you didn't use this. This is good for like heavier eyeshadow looks, so I am going to kind of keep that in here as well. I do have the other version of this, but I tend to use the one with the doe foot more just because it's obviously so much easier. Back in this section, that's where my palettes were, so I'm really going to kind of minimize this. I had a ton of different palettes, but I don't really reach for a lot of these, so I'm going to put this in my other makeup section and only put in the palettes that I know I'm going to use, especially going into the fall. There are a couple palettes that I want to use up. I love that this has a half lash attached to it. So I have this NARS palette that doesn't properly close, and it's like such a beautiful bronzer. So I'm gonna keep that out just because I want to be able to use that up. This is like a really aggressive gold highlight that I use for stage, so I'm going to put that in my other makeup section. I pulled out this Naked Basics palette when I was doing bridal makeup, and I really like it, so I think I'm going to keep that out and see if I can use a bit more of that. This is an eyeshadow palette. I'm kind of staying away from warm tones, although there's some really good like eye toppers in here. Those are really pretty. Maybe I will keep this out. But I do also have this like big Benefit palette that is good for travel, but I can put that in a different section. This again is another good little palette from Benefit. Obviously their blushes are iconic and so good, and this is a good little palette to have because it has all you need: highlight, blush, bronzer. Being said, this blush section here, I have been loving all of the Benefit blushes. I don't think I have any in my other makeup section because I love all of the shades so much. Perhaps I'll take away some of the summer shades, so I'm gonna keep like some of the darker ones. This one's like a bright orange, so I feel like that maybe can be, although it's very fall, I don't know. This one, Sunny, I can definitely put that one away. This bright pink one, that can go for next summer. This is a great little fall color. Willa is like a good classic color. If I was to recommend any, it would probably be this one, just because I feel like it's the most like wearable for every day, and I just really like the shade. So we're gonna keep 5 out. I'll put the bright orange one underneath in case I feel inspired. Pom Pom is also really, really pretty, and this one's matte. I'm just obsessed. They're so good. I love all the new shades, and I wear them constantly. So I have those. We have Hula Caramel, which is a little bit darker, and then Hula Light, which clearly I have hit pan on, and I feel like I can actually probably open a new one of those soon. I'm still super into the cream bronzers. I feel like I'm not going to let those go for a little while yet, so we'll keep those out. Obviously have my highlighter, gonna keep that handy. I have my Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter, that's like a mini. I have a bunch of different other like glow products, like the Auric Glow and the Marc Jacobs ones. These are a little bit more seasonal, so I'm gonna tuck them back, but I do like using them as bases every now and again. I am curious to get a new powder. I've been using the Laura Mercier setting powder for probably years now, and I'm very curious to try another like pressed powder that you've been loving, or a loose powder. Let me know your favorites in the comments because I'm very curious, but that's my go-to as of right now, and it is really great. I'm just kind of looking to try something new. Some of the pressed powders I like to keep on hand are from CoverGirl, L'Oreal. These ones are amazing. They're actually like a powder foundation. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's a powder foundation, but they work so well. And then I recently, like as in 2 days ago, tried out this Superstay full coverage one from Maybelline, and this looked really beautiful on my friend who I did her bridal makeup, and so I put it into my collection because I wanted to try it out, and it's really pretty. So been playing around with powders a little bit more. I love that I was supposed to include concealers in this section, and there's clearly no room. But I've only really been using a couple. The one that I've been using the most is from Lancome. This is the Tint Idole Ultra Wear. This has been really good, but I think maybe I'll try and keep my concealers in this little round thing, which we can clean out a bit later. And the other concealer I've been using a lot is the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk. This one is a little bit lighter, but the doe foot is really interesting on this one. It's kind of like angled, which is really neat. But yeah, both of those concealers have been really lovely lately. And really the only other palette I want to keep in this drawer is this Stone Cold Fox from ColourPop. As you can see, and I mentioned this in my last video, this palette gets so dirty so quickly. I actually may not have mentioned it. I thought about it. But it gets so dirty so quickly, and I don't know why, but I'm constantly cleaning it. It's a beautiful palette. It's one of my favorites lately, and it is quite large and bulky, so I'm going to kind of tuck it in the back here for easy access. Okay, next drawer, I just took this little container out and rid of all of the mascaras that I am no longer using that have expired, things like that. So mascaras are done. Here's all the old Benefit blushes that I still use. Dallas is still my favorite. I have a couple of these little Morphe palettes. I don't know if I'm gonna keep these or pass them along. They are really pretty, but I haven't played with them in a very long time, although they are very fall shades, so maybe I can tuck them in. This Hula, she dead. Because I have this big one as well as the others. This section right here is my brow stuff. So I have Anastasia and basically mostly Benefit, a couple Maybelline NYX. This drawer is looking really good. I have all of my blushes here, some highlights and bigger compacts in the back, brow stuff, mascaras, blushes, palettes, and then I was able to fit in my powders and loose powders and stuff in here, so that feels really good. This next drawer is mostly lip products, and at one point this was a little bit more organized in having like lipsticks in one, lip glosses in the other. I do also have, this is like a highlight, I should probably put this up here. I have a lot of lip products here, and I should just like try and divide them a bit better. Lipstick, lipstick, that's a foundation. Lip gloss, lip gloss. That is sticky. Okay, this feels really good. I have most of my liquid lipsticks, drugstore lip glosses, lipsticks, and then glittery things, some pressed eyeshadows. These are from Shiseido. They are all magnetic, so they all stack together, but they're really pretty shades. So I have those kind of here if you want to play with them, and I did, like, they sent me a ton of shades, and I basically selected the ones that I knew I would want to play around with and use. Back here, it's like some other lip treatments, and then I have my Clarins lip oils here as well for easy accessibility, but that feels good for this drawer. And the last drawer here is all of my foundations. I swear this is exactly what this drawer looked like last time I did a declutter, and I had a bunch of lashes in the back and foundations in the front, so I don't want to do this. But I know it's gonna feel so much better once it's dead. It's just so annoying. Okay, let's do it. This clearly has glitter on it, so I should probably toss these. This drawer is basically done. I push all the lashes to the back. I have kind of my tools. I have these new eyeliners from Essence that I've really been enjoying, but I guess I should put them actually out here so I actually use them. More of a marker tip, but they're quite fine, and obviously Essence is super affordable, so I want to play around with these a little bit more for my liner days. And then over here I have all of my foundations, and these are pretty well the same. The Charlotte Tilbury one has been a favorite of mine over the past few months, as well as the Luminous Silk. I've also been really into this one from Shiseido. It's their Synchro Skin Radiant Lifting, which I mentioned in my last favorites video. MAC skin tints, all of that kind of stuff. So yeah, I switch up my foundation quite often, so that is my declutter of that, which wasn't a whole lot, but you know, as seasons change and my tan and all that kind of stuff, I like to have them all kind of accessible and like right beside me just so I can color match properly. And then you guys know I have this little spinny thing for some of my other everyday makeup. So I have concealers, some eyeliners, perfumes. These are mostly like travel perfumes in case I want to grab one to put in my purse. These are my most used foundations. I have another Charlotte Tilbury one here, and then those Essence eyeliners, eyelash curler, Tarte palettes, and then my two setting sprays, which are pretty well empty. This one is like on the last little bit, but it's honestly so good that I don't want to throw it out right away because I do quite enjoy this one. Although the new MAC one that they sent me, this one here, this Stay Over Alcohol Free Long Lasting Setting Spray, this has a super fine mist, very similar to the Professional, and it's really good. So I think I'm going to try and put this here, and once I use up those other ones completely, I will replace it and put this in its place. And now that that's all clean and reorganized, it feels so much better. And now it's time for the second part of this video where I share with you a lot of empties. Normally I do this on my Instagram or my TikTok, but there's far too many things over the past few months that it's just simply too many products, so I'm gonna do it here. And it's ranging from like hair care, skincare, beauty products, all that kind of stuff. And also this is in no particular order because everything is just kind of thrown in here. First thing I used up is an Olay body wash. This is a cleansing and renewing with retinol nighttime body wash, so it has a bit of a lavender scent. I really like this. If you like really creamy body cleansers, you are going to like this. I'm not gonna run out and purchase because I'm using up a Kapari one at the moment, but I did really like this. I like how big it is, and I like that it has the pump. Next up, I used a hairspray. This one is a classic. This is the L'Oreal Paris El Net. This one is the extra strong hold and it's fragrance free. I'm pretty sure I kept this in my dance bag basically all summer, or for the past few months. It just kind of lived there, and it's a great basic hairspray. A skincare product I used up was the Kale and Green Tea Spinach Vitamin Superfood Cleanser from Youth to the People. I love this cleanser. It lasts a really long time. I do also have a pump for it. There's hair on it. And I do have a backup of this. It's a really great gel cleanser, foams up really nicely, smells nice, and it works really well. So yeah, I have a backup, but I would recommend this cleanser if you're looking for a new one. It's a good one. If you follow me on Instagram, you know how I feel about pimple patches. I absolutely adore them because they work so well. The ones that I use mostly and purchase time and time again are the Real Beauty Miracle Patch. This comes in like a pack of like 90 something on Amazon, and they are so good. So I used up kind of a box and then an extra patch of those. And then I did also get these sent in PR. These are the Peace Out Acne ones. They're 20 acne healing dots, and these ones are a lot more expensive. You can get them at Sephora. However, I do find that they worked really well. They're a lot thicker than the Real ones. They probably have a little bit more product and things like that, and then you get the little pouch that looks like this. Depends on your price point. If you're able to get the Real ones, I would probably recommend those over these ones just because they're priced differently and priced a lot more affordably. These ones are really good though, and I did enjoy having them, but I'm not gonna go out and repurchase them because I have the other ones. Like, I get it, and I'm not mad at the warm weather, but like, it's October 1st and I'm still sweating balls over here. Okay, next up, I have quite a few products in here that I'm going to try and search for from Bondi Boost. So I used up an intensive spray. This is a good pre-wash spray, or you can spray it after. This is the product that is going to help your hair grow if you're consistent with it. It's really great. Honestly, their entire line is so great, and I attribute it to most of my length and my hair health as of recently because I've been using this for about 2 years. Used up a shampoo and I think a conditioner. I think I used up a full set. Yeah, I have the conditioner in here too. I will definitely be repurchasing because I don't think I have any backups at the Sephora sale next month because I cannot live without this and I love it so much. Also too, I struggle with dandruff and I've used many different dandruff shampoos, but I find when I'm consistent with Bondi Boost, because I believe it has tea tree in it, it helps my dandruff so much. So if you struggle with that and you want to grow your hair, maybe check this out. Another hair product I used up was the Bamboo Fiber Full Dry Shampoo from OGX. It's a good classic powdery dry shampoo and it smells really good. Smells really good, and you can get it at the drugstore. I love it, and it takes forever for me to go through those. This is a makeup remover that I had on my vanity, and I love this packaging because it has the little press top, kind of like nail polish remover, so I could use my Q-tip and just touch things up. I don't know if Marcel still makes this makeup remover in this packaging, but it was a really great thing to have on hand, and it's a good makeup remover, good micellar water. I do also have another micellar water. This one is from Bioderma. This is their CBM line, so this is good for acne-prone skin. Hands down, I just love a micellar water to take off my makeup. It's what I use the most, and this was a good one, and I love Bioderma, and I will repurchase when I run out. The next product I used up was an Isle of Paradise. This is the little refill package, and I actually pour this into a spray bottle that looks exactly like this. This is one I used to water my plants, but I have one of these, and I put the little tanning water into this, and then it's like a spray tan. It's really nice because this is a pretty fine mist. I'm not sure if they have these pouches available in Canada because they didn't for a while, but it was a really great product. It is a little bit more of a streaky tan, I find, just because it is going on clear, so you don't really know where it's ending up, and I've definitely woken up with like streaks down my arm. So be mindful of that, maybe rub it in, but it is nice because it doesn't get your sheets or clothing stained like other self-tanners. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not going to repurchase it because I have a lot of other tanners to go through at the moment, but for what it is and for a nice lazy girl tan, it is quite nice to have on hand to just like spray yourself down. A body product I used up was the Way Scalp and Body Scrub. If you know, you know. I love this product. I think this is probably the third or fourth one I've had of these. I do have one in my tub right now, but it's the other scent. It's like the summer version, and I definitely prefer this original scent better, the Melrose scent, I believe it is. It has like rose and stuff, and so when I go to repurchase this next time, I will be buying the regular one again, but I have that other one to use up first, and they're the exact same, just different scents. Speaking of sweaty, I used up 2 deodorants, and they're both by Dove. These are the spray deodorants, and this one, the Calming Ritual Dry Spray 48-hour antiperspirant, is amazing. The scent is absolutely incredible. I got this at Target. I believe they have it in Canada, but it's named something different here. So yeah, definitely check that out. I have one sitting over here, and I also have one in my dance bag. I just love these. They're so easy, and they smell really good, and they make you feel really fresh. So love those. A couple more skincare products I used up. I showed this on my Instagram, a different one, because I used up another one on top of this, and this is the Believe Moisturizer. You guys know it. I'm not going to talk too much. This is a jumbo size. I used up another regular size. It's the best moisturizer. I use them up quite often. This cleanser has been amazing. I forgot how much my skin loves Spectro Gel, and I've worked with them in the past. I did a video with them probably 5, maybe 7 years ago, which is crazy. And you can find their products at the drugstore in the medicated acne section. Just go down below, you'll see it beside the Benzogel. This purple one is good for blemish prone skin. It's a nice gel cleanser, so this is what I'll use as my second cleanser when I'm washing my face recently. I'll use like just a regular basic gel cleanser, and then I'll use this one. And I did repurchase this in the larger size and keep it in my shower. So highly recommend if you're dealing with acne. This is a product that I've always come back to and I really enjoy it. And on the more expensive skincare side, I used up a Zoe Skin Health exfoliating polish. This is just a really nice exfoliator. It is so finely milled, it smells really good, it makes my skin feel so soft and smooth, and I kept this in my shower because that's where I like to use my scrubs. I don't have a backup of this, and I typically get it at Low Heat Laser. You can probably find it at any other like medical spa, but Zoe Skin Health is a really great brand. It's just a little bit pricey. And kind of in the same realm, I used up a product from SkinCeuticals. I'm newer to their products kind of within the last year or so, but I really like the ones that I've tried. I used up the Floritin CF, which is like a I was gonna say an antioxidant. It's a vitamin C, and so you use it in the morning. It worked really well for my skin. I used it till the very last drop just because I know how pricey these things are, and I'm currently using the blemish and anti-aging one on my spots, and yeah, I really enjoy it. My skin really likes it. It took a while for my skin to kind of get used to it, as some skincare takes, or most skincare takes, but I did really enjoy this. Again, expensive. Not running out to purchase it, but I wouldn't be mad if I received more SkinCeuticals in PR. So going into some makeup empties, I used up a lot of eyelash glue, or rather a lot are expired. So this is from Esquito. This is the Companion Eyelash Glue. I used to purchase this religiously at Whole Renfrew, however, it just got to be a little bit pricey and they dry up kind of quickly, so I'm tossing 4 of those. I did use most of them. I've since switched to the Sephora Collection eyelash glue, but as you can see from the packaging, I don't want to get too close because it's really gross. The packaging kind of sucks. I don't know why, but it like squishes out some of the glue and then it just like attaches to everything. So these last a little bit longer, however, the package does get gross. I mean, I have been tossing it into my bag all summer, but I do really like this eyelash glue. I have sensitive eyes, so I have to be careful with that, and I come back to repurchasing this, and I'll definitely be picking up more during the Sephora sale, and that's my current favorite lately. This product has some sticky things on it, but this is a pre-party sprinkle glitter hairspray from IGK. This packaging actually sucked because I didn't get much product out of it, and I assume that's probably why they are discontinuing this product. Although we just need a hair care brand to come out with a good full-size glitter hairspray, because I could use that in my everyday life. I have a lot of people in my life I know would be very keen on having something like that, and the concept is there and it's really good. But yeah, this product, I do have a couple others and those sprayers work better. Yeah, this is just my call out for some hair care brand to make a glitter hairspray that doesn't suck. Please do that. A concealer I'm tossing and kind of getting rid of because they're expired, but I did use them a ton, are the YSL Touche Éclat. These are like little click pen brush tip ones, and they've just kind of dried out by now. I love these though. They're a really nice, quick and easy thing to pop onto your eyes to brighten them before Zoom calls. They're always like right beside me, and so I usually just like halfway through the day, if I need like to liven myself up a little, I'll just put a little under. And I do have a couple backups of these, and it's a really nice product if you're into simple makeup and need something that's super easy and you don't want to fuss with it too much. I do recommend this. Let's finish off this little segment talking about some mascaras I've used up. This one from Bite Beauty, may she rest in peace, is the Volume Upswing, Full Volume Upswing. This was a great mascara, but Bite Beauty is no longer, so I don't think you can get it anymore. If you can, it might be on really big discount, which is great. I do have one more backup of these because I did buy one when I heard the news, because I do really like this mascara, but I'm tossing these 2 and I'm sad about it, and I'm sad that they don't exist anymore. Another one I used up was the Marc Jacobs one. Again, I don't know if they still have a beauty sector of Marc Jacobs. I had like this thought that maybe that's not a thing anymore. Anyway, I love this mascara too, and it has a very similar like kind of nice wide wand, and it was just so good, and so I used this one up because it was in my collection, and I don't think you can repurchase. The one that you can repurchase and is available and is a tried and true favorite of mine is the Monsieur Big from Lancome. I love this. I was going through another one this summer, and this is like the Emily in Paris little packaging and stuff, but I do love this mascara. Highly recommend it. And another one from Lancome is the Lash Idole. This is great. It also comes in waterproof. This one has a curved wand, which is really nice. It's quite a bit different. And this is a good like lengthening and separating mascara if that's what you're into. do recommend. And then the last one I have here is the Falsies Lash Lift in Ultra Black. This is like the only drugstore. I guess those other are high-end, and I do really like this wand. And yeah, they were all good. I feel like I don't really have anything crazy when it comes to mascaras. I kind of go through phases. The one I'm currently using is the Better Than Sex, but I'm also pairing that with a Clarins 3D one, and I really like the combo that it's giving me. I go through phases with mascara and want different things, but for the most part, I usually use like a fluffier brush to brush it up and then something to go in and separate everything. That's kind of always been my lash routine, but those are the ones I've used up recently. So that pretty well brings us to the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing my little declutter and then my empties. And if you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up because it really helps and supports my channel. And I will see you guys in my next video. Have a great day. Bye.